Well, Jason, it's a big week this week, as the board behind you shows. It's FA Cup week. Sutton in the third round of the FA Cup for just the sixth time in our history. Must be an exciting time, and looking forward to being involved in third round weekend.
Yeah, obviously, since we've been at the club, myself and Matt, the FA Cup hasn't been overly kind to us. So to actually have a bit of a run in it this year and get to the third round has been very pleasing. And, I know that, as you say, the club, I think it's the sixth time that they've been in the third round. So it's a special occasion for the club as well. So, a tough ask going to a championship club away from home, but certainly one we're looking forward to.
Generally, after the Christmas period, team must be in reasonably good spirits. I know slightly disappointing, possibly not to win on Monday and get something down at Gillingham, but generally encouraged by the performances, and particularly on the second half on Monday against Newport.
Yeah, I think obviously the Wimbledon game in particular has given everyone a big boost around the club. Be it the staff and the players, and even onto the supporters. So we carried that on to the next two games. Obviously, the red card at Gillingham was unfortunate and made a backs against the wall type performance there. But to be clapped off as we were by the support at the end showed just how much effort and how much appreciative the fans were of the performance. And then on Monday, I thought we were the better team. In watching the game back, I didn't realise at the time just how many good chances we'd had in the game. So I think it would have been very, very harsh if we'd come away from the game with nothing. We feel that we should have definitely got 3 points on the day, but had to settle for a point in the end. But the lads are in good spirits. They're training well, and looking forward, as I say, to the weekend.
I know a lot of people in this situation sort of describe the game this Saturday as a sort of a bit of a free hit because it's away from the League Two games. But presumably you don't see it like that. You see it as a chance to progress and make a real impact in the FA Cup.
Yeah, obviously we're the underdogs. We're playing a championship team away from home. A big crowd at a lovely stadium, and it'll be an extremely tough game. We're under no illusions as to the task that faces us. But the FA Cup has a habit of upsets and surprises, as it were, and hopefully we can spring one ourselves this weekend.
I guess you've been watching Plymouth this week. You'll see that Finn Azaz has gone back to his parent club, Aston Villa, but still there's a considerable threat up front. I think it's Ryan Hardy and Morgan Whittaker, two of the highest rated strikers in the Championship, and obviously they'll provide a test.
Yeah, they're a very, very dangerous side. They've had a couple of years now of progress, good progress in getting into the Championship, and very, very dangerous side with the chances they create and the goals that they score. So, we know it's going to be a very tough ask. We've watched footage of them in their previous games, and you can see that they're full of quality, and it's for us to try and nullify that the best that we can and try and create opportunities of our own. So, we're going there as the underdogs, but as you say, nothing to lose, but everything to gain. So, we're hopeful of putting on a good performance.
And a slightly strange one on the sidelines it'll be as well. Was it interim manager against interim manager? You can probably sort of swap notes with the guy at Plymouth as to how it's been.
Yeah, I don't know him personally, but I'm sure we'll have a chat at some point during the afternoon. But he's done a great job since taking over as manager, and they've got some good results. So it's for us to concentrate on ourselves on the day and hopefully, like I say, give a good account of ourselves.
Now, obviously, we're without Harry Smith because he's still suspended. Supporters on Monday will have seen Sam Hart coming off with an injury. What's the latest on his situation?
Yeah, Sam tweaked his groin on Monday. It's settled down not too bad. As to whether the weekend will be too soon for him, we'll have to sort of wait and see in the morning, really. But yeah, not too serious. But whether he'll be fit for Saturday, we'll have to wait and see.
It sums up his luck, doesn't it, this season? Just as he looks as though he's getting back into the side and back into form, he picks up another not serious injury, but just enough to knock him off again. Yeah,
it's been this sort of story of his Sutton career, really. Every time he just gets going, he takes another knock and another setback. But he's shown good resilience mentally to get through his sort of spells on the sidelines, and I'm sure it'd be exactly the same again. But yeah, extremely disappointed for Sam, you know, after his broken wrist and then having a slight hamstring injury, to come back and hit the ground running as he did for the sort of 2 or 3 games he's been back. Yeah, it's very disappointing to lose him for the upcoming games.
Well, there's been mentioned in the last couple of weeks that some of the longer-term injury absentees might be close to a recall. Are we likely to see any of them, particularly with 9 substitutes able to be used on or named on Saturday? Are we likely to be able to see any of them?
Yeah, Eastie particularly will be involved. Good chance that Casimir will be involved as well. It may be slightly too soon for Louis John. He had an injection yesterday to help the recovery of his injury. So we're hoping that will settle in the next couple of days, and he'll certainly be back to full training after the weekend. But yeah, certainly Hish and Eastie will be involved in the squad that travels.
And that's 2 big pluses, isn't it? Because Craig don't really have to say anything about him, captain and leader and everything. But Hisham was coming into some real form just when he got injured, and it'll be a big boost to be able to add him to the forward line again.
Yeah, I mean, both of them. You know, Eastie's been a captain now in our time there. He's been fantastic, and to get someone of his quality and his character, especially back around the lads, has been massive for us. So you can see the lift that it's given everyone in training. And Hish the same. You know, he's had a bit of the same as Harty, really. He's been a bit unfortunate with the injuries that he's picked up. You know, no one can legislate for a broken leg during a game, so he's worked extremely hard on his rehabilitation, as they both have. And yeah, it's been great to get him back out there. As you say, you know, he was just starting to come into a bit of form, particularly with a couple of goals that he got, one in particular at Port Vale, as you said. And hopefully we can keep him fit now and he can help push us on this season.
One player we should just mention on the opposite side of the coin, Damani Mellor. His loan was up at the beginning of January and he's gone back to Wycombe.
Yeah, unfortunately for Damani, he didn't really get the opportunities that he may have liked with us, you know, so it made sense for both parties really that he went back to Wycombe and maybe tries his luck elsewhere with that. But you know, great lad, was always a pleasure to have around the place. Good attitude towards his training. Just unfortunately, it didn't quite work out for him.
And just going back to this weekend, let's touched on it at the start, but to be involved in the third round of the FA Cup, a great thing for the squad and you, and must be really looking forward to it this coming Saturday.
Yeah, it gives us a break from the league, as you've said, and you know, as a kid, you always love the FA Cup and what it brings, and you know, it's a special occasion for the players and especially everyone associated with the club. You know, to be travelling to a championship club as Plymouth are is a big thing for Sutton United. So yeah, really looking forward to it.
Well, we wish you well on the trip, Jason, and all the lads as well. We'll see you down there, and thanks as always for talking to us this afternoon. Thanks very much.
Pleasure. Cheers, Tony. Thank you.